The championships in the APFL and the WRL have been decided. We have Tier 2 and Tier 3 champions to crown. And tonight we celebrate the incoming new year. All of this and more in 20 seconds. Hey fellow fanatics, welcome to the Fanatically Real broadcast, sponsored by Sport Management Solutions, your one-stop shop for all your athletic communication needs. How is everybody on this New Year's Eve as we're getting ready for 2026? But before that, we have to close out this 2025 FSA season. As we said at the top of the hour, we have a couple of champions to crown tonight. We're going to get to those. Here is the agenda for tonight. This is our Week 17 wrap-up, or as we like to call it around here, Championship Week. I know Jason was out there earlier. He's rooting for the Bucks. I think they might be playing right now. I hear some people downstairs yelling quite a bit, so I think the Buckeyes game might be on. But here is our agenda for the night. We're going to go to the APFL. We're going to skip past all of the regional Huda and go straight down to the Krakens, because that's where we're going to talk about all of the Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 championships. We're going to talk about the FSA Sunday Ticket, when we're going to be live again next week, and then short show. Hopefully everybody can stay up to midnight in your time zone and you can celebrate the new year. Erica out there with us as well. Erica, how are you? Happy New Year's Eve to you as well. And let us know how the weather is up there in New York. All right, let's talk about the APFL. So here's what the playoff bracket looked like to get us to this point. Again, for the second year in a row, we had the same two final teams in the bowl. That is Denver and Detroit. Championship came down to those same two teams for the second year in a row. And Denver claims back-to-back titles. They end up beating Detroit. Final score there was 118 to 108. They are your APFL Bowl 4 champions. I see Furby is out there. He says the Buckeyes are looking like a bucket of poo. With all of the things that we normally have said on this show, and you have named yourself when we're on StreamYard, I'm pretty sure we can do better than poo. Try again. I see Paul is out there as well. He'll pop up here in just a second. I'll be able to put his message up on the screen. So the Mustangs finished their championship defense with a 15-1 record. Congratulations to Cody Wallinger and the Denver Mustangs for back-to-back champions in the APFL. Paul wanting to know, where's the top hat, gold, and silver balloons? You know, a couple years ago, I thought about doing this broadcast with some kind of New Year's stuff on. I decided, there's no way that stuff's going to be sold out on the day of. I go to Walmart of all places, and they are sold out of everything. So I didn't get to do it, and I've just never really pushed it since then to try. And Erica says that it is still snowing in New York. And I think the last time her and I talked, they all had like 2 foot of snow up there. That's gross. All right, so we also in the APFL, like we've done over the last 3 seasons, we had a 3rd and 4th place game for a little bit of different in a payout, with our 3rd place team getting $400 and our third place team getting $400, our 4th place team getting $300. And that $400 went to the Buffalo Mafia this year as they beat out the Seattle Raptors 104 to 100. It was a back and forth game actually between these two, and it really came down to the wire. But Buffalo gets that win by 3.54 points. All right, like I said, we're going to skip over all of these other regional breakdowns for the WRL and get down to the Krakens, because that's where all of my art is for this segment. And we are going to talk about that Tier 1 finals, where we had Ted's Lasso, who was last year's champion, come back and was playing against Turd Ferguson. Here's what the bracket looked like to get us to that point. Turd Ferguson being there on the right, Ted's Lasso being Turd Ferguson being on the left, Ted's Lasso being on the right there in the middle. And this was the biggest stakes game that we had, brightest spotlight, and it was a finish that won't soon be forgotten. So defending champion Ted Lasso entered Monday night with control of the matchup, holding a lead and rolling out 3 players still left to play. On paper, he looked safe. Across the field, Turd Ferguson had just 1 player remaining, needing something special to flip the script, and that is exactly what happened. Ted Lasso's 3 Monday night players combined for 19.76 points, which left it open for Turd Ferguson. His 1 player left exploded for 43.4 points. And when the dust settled, final score was 162 to 145. And Turd Ferguson, Jason Norris, is your 2025 WRL World Champion. Congratulations to Jason. All right, let's get into these Tier 2 playoffs. In the Tier 2 finals, Warbirds were playing the New York Jackets. New York Jackets there on the left side, Warbirds on the right side in the center of the bracket there. Warbird delivered a steady, controlled performance to secure the consolation crown, so them winning the Tier 2 playoffs in the 1 of 2 consolation brackets. Warbirds maintained the separation throughout the matchup. I think they got the lead and they never lost it. Final score there was 128 to 107. So congratulations to Eric Penny of the Warbirds as they ended up taking a little chunk of change. They got their money back. So they played basically for 17 weeks for free. Matt Furby saying congratulations to Turd. I'm pretty sure we're allowed to say Turd since we just let poop fly a little bit ago. So congratulations to Eric Penny there and the Warbirds getting that over the New York Jackets. And then in the Tier 3 title game, it was kind of a showcase of offensive teams. This is your bracket finals for that, with the Coolidge Scorpions being on the left side, Northern Nightmares being on the right side there in the middle of the bracket. Offensive firepower, but Coolidge Scorpions just overwhelmed the Northern Nightmares. Northern Nightmares needed their defense to show up in a big way. I think they needed like 50 points out of their defense on Monday night, but it never really happened. Coolidge took the advantage, piling up points and pulled away. The final score there was 214 to 176 in favor of the Coolidge Scorpions. And that pretty much takes care of all of our playoffs. I kind of do like it when we get closer to the end of the season and this goes a little bit faster. And I realize it's New Year's Eve and none of y'all want to see my face and hear my voice, but here we are. We want to do our due diligence for you as we're ending the year here on New Year's Eve. Let's talk about, okay, so I got no website updates right now. Nothing to talk about website updates. Let's just go ahead and skip down to the FSA Sunday Ticket and let's talk about that. So let's talk about games this weekend for the NFL. Last game of the regular season. A couple of games still have some big implications for them as we go into the playoffs in the NFL. 2 games on Saturday. That's going to be Carolina at Tampa Bay. That's the 4:30 game. And then Saturday night, Seattle at San Francisco, the 8 o'clock game. Then Sunday night, we have Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Again, all 3 of those games I think have playoff implications to them. No Monday night football this week. So that means there's a lot of teams or a lot of games being played on Sunday for us for the FSA Sunday Ticket, 14 games in fact. But let's show you where we're at right now as we get ready to wrap up this new little thing that we put in FSA this year called the FSA Sunday Ticket. Thank you to Damian Scott for introducing this for us. Really enjoyed that this year. So first game on Sunday is not until 1 o'clock East Coast time, so you don't have to have your picks in until then. With there being 14 games, there's 105 points available this week. And then the top 9 that you see there on the chart right now are the only 9 teams that still have a chance to try to take out Matt Brown, who's all the way at the top there with the 1,035 points. Everybody below Matt Furby, I think, Matt, you're sitting in the 9th spot right now. Everybody below him, I think Bruce Nakamoto is the number 10th guy. Everybody from Bruce down doesn't have enough points already accumulated so far for the year. Even if they added the 105 on there, isn't going to be able to catch Matt. So this group of 9 is what we've got left. Matt says that he likes my face. I appreciate it. Erica says she agrees with Matt. Thanks, Erica. I appreciate that too. So there you are. There is your FSA Sunday Ticket. Quick, short show. I wish I could even tell you how long we've been live here. I think I got too many things in the screen here to be even able to really know. 9:55. Okay, I see it up at the top. That's where that live has been. For the last couple of weeks, if you've actually paid attention and watched me, I try to be very diligent about my time hacks whenever I do the show. 5 seconds after we go live, 10 seconds after we go live, but there is a delay on YouTube as well. So I have to wait for it to say we're actually live. And the live used to actually be on the little screen where I can see myself over here on the right screen below where it says excellent right now, which you all can't see. They have moved it. It's over there a little bit further on the right-hand side of the bigger screen. So now I'll remember for next week when we get ready to do this where I got to look, because I'm pretty sure I waited close to 25 seconds before I went live tonight, and those that are out there that are used to my normal time hacks probably going, where's the commish at? But whatever. All right, next week, USC Aiken is back from their Christmas break, so we will have basketball on Wednesday, so I will not be here. We will be back live probably with our last broadcast, actually, on the 8th of January. That's a Thursday. You know, when we do them on Thursday, we normally do it at 7:30, so we'll stick with that normal pattern, Thursday at 7:30. I think we're actually going to try to get the award show in and then call it quits. We usually wait until later on in the year because we usually have some kind of playoff competition that we're doing, whether that was the NFL playoff challenge that no longer exists or the one that we did on Yahoo last year. But since we don't have a playoff challenge to wait on, there's really no reason to wait for us to do the award show. We usually have a big vote for the general manager of the year, which I think we can probably knock out in a week. I'll look back over the rookies, but I don't know that we're going to have a rookie general manager of the year this year. I think all of our rookies finished below 500, and I don't really want to award mediocrity, so we're probably not going to do one for that. So we've pretty much announced all of our champions. I don't think we have anybody eligible for the Hall of Fame, so I think probably the biggest news for next week will just be announcing the General Manager of the Year. I know who's got my vote already. We'll put it out there on Discord over the next couple of days and see what you guys feel like, and then on Thursday, that'll be the highlight of the show. That will be our 32nd episode of the year. This is episode 31 right here, and then we will just call it quits. And for tonight, we're calling it quits so you all can enjoy your New Year's Eve. But first, we want to thank all of you for watching the Fanatically Real broadcast, sponsored by Sport Management Solutions. Also want to thank the Recasts, who are the official music of the FSA. If you liked tonight's show, please go out, like, share, subscribe us on all of our social media outlets. Make sure you push the little alarm bell here in YouTube, so if you want to see us come back up again next week, you will get alerted for that. And remember, we are Fanatically Real. You all have a great night and enjoy your New Year's Eve. We will see you next year.